I've just been out and I've just been asking people views on the NAACP. So what is your take on the NAACP that you know they've been doing currently or just historically?
Historically, it's one of those organizations that one of the things that really made me proud growing up in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, being a part of the National League for Colored People, you know,
Right.
that we can look back and we had a circumstance or a situation we can get an answer to. But lately, I don't think enough is being shared to the people, local people outside of the league, to let them know this next generation needs to be involved. Because I met people that's a part of the NAACP, and I've seen them being a part of the voting, helping with the voting polls and stuff like that. But outside of knowing that, I feel like they don't invite people. They don't educate people like they used to. Like yourself, even asking a question is a blessing because it gives us something to think about, that we need to do more to be involved in helping our homes.
So if it's something that you felt like needed to be changed or implemented with the NAACP, what would be something that you would say that you feel the community needs?
I think they should be involved with the youth because that's one of my passions. I think that they shouldn't be counted out as the next generation or a generation that's not thinkers or innovators or creative. I think they should involve them, be approachable like yourself, sending more people out or educating via the TV or whatever media they want to use to let people know that there's an open door policy to help them with youth camps or any type of education program for the young people to be involved in the league.
So what was the biggest thing that you loved about the NAACP that you know historically or currently? Like what was the biggest thing that always stood out that pertains to the NAACP?
The avenue for education, enlightenment, and something you can fall back on if you've had a circumstance. You can always have an advocate for you, for a person of color, to talk to someone and address the situation or give you an avenue to follow through with what you need to do to go ahead in life. Because right now, with all of the political situations, people, they're fighting to survive. You know, and it's a lot going on in record members. And I feel like that organization has been such a large organization around the world known,
Right.
you know, and we're not being involved as local citizens, especially for the local chapters. I asked the question one day, how can I become involved? But most people won't do that if they don't know anything about it. And you can't assume that someone knows about it, because this generation has been pretty much into other videos. You know, they've gone into some other world, but right now the world is innovative. Everything is changing, and you got to be involved in something or you're going to be left behind. You know, and I think education is the key for us. You know, I think education is the key, housing, you know, the things that you need to survive.
So what do you think that the NAACP and you felt to be the force for the people when we're dealing with the homeless situation, a lot of racial disparities, just what do you think that they could do more of?
I think that they can do more of assessing the situation, you know, because some people are homeless because they didn't have a choice. They've been put out of their homes. We've had regentrification. People lost their homes due to taxes, increase in mortgages or whatever over the top or with upside down mortgages. You know, and they're still suffering to this point. And so I think they can do more investigation, more proactive with the people that concern. I think their phone is like busy or something because nobody aside from you and the few people I've met have I heard in the last 5 years about the NAACP. Aside from reading about it in the Charlotte Observer, because they keep you abreast on things that's happening, but it'd be the negative situations. Like the president being sued for being harassing to one of his workers, you know, and that's not encouraging to us. That's not a good reflection for us. So we need to be more adamant about being great leaders, first of all, and being true to our word for our people, because you can explain to me, it's the national, what does the NAACP stand for? What is the actual?
What is it? The National Association
Advancement for Colored People.
That's right.
And so I feel like we've been left out. Everybody else been grafted in. A few years ago, Caucasians been able to join, to be a part of it. Let our children come in and be a part of it. Even if they have to start at the lower level. Putting records together, doing filing, I think we need to do more. I was reading an article and I asked my sister a few weeks ago, why don't we have a bank or something where our children can go across the seas and study abroad in the banking industry or learn different things? Why are we so far behind on innovation and opportunities for our people when we have all this money and all this funding, but I believe the government have a big part of it. So when we lost our private contract on it, I believe some things have changed. I'm just being honest. I think a lot of things have changed and maybe the average citizen don't know about that. The actual laws may be still on the book, but outside from that, there may be some things hidden that we don't know about.
You might be right.
Okay? So I'm just keeping it 150 with you.
I respect the realness. That's the only thing I can do is I ask,
Yeah.
And when you say a leader, what do you look at or what do you define or expect from a person that will identify or classify themselves as a leader?
Integrity.
Oh, honey, say that again.
I may be without a lot of things, but I hold true to what I say when it comes down to not borrowing, begging, or stealing. I have to do that, because I'm a woman of God first.
That's right.
And my integrity is to please Him, not man.
That's right.
But when you get in certain positions as a leader, you'll be holding to certain things if you make a contract with them say you're going to do what they say and not what your heart and your mind know to do.
That's right.
So, and that's just another real talk, moment sister to sister. Because we talk about sister to sister, but what does it mean if you're not going to be there to help me?
That's right.
And show me integrity? If I say, okay, I would like for you to be the next president of the NAACP and help our people, and you say, Cynthia, I'm going to be that person to be the one to come out and do what I need to do, and then you get in that position and you let me down by saying, I don't even know you. I don't even remember this conversation we had in front of Bank of America. When did we have this conversation? I don't recall. Everybody get amnesia.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I call true leadership, when you can hold true to what you say. If you say, I'm going to do this, and believe it or not, people don't like Donald Trump, but everything he said he would do, he's done that. President Trump said he would do some things, and I just respect that about him. I may not know everything, but that's one thing I've been paying attention to. The things that he says and what he does, he's been true to. He said he's going to bring the truth home. He gave our people money for the HBCUs. No other president for the next 8 years. No other person has done that. Now our children are not even in school. What's the problem? You got money sitting there. Lots of money. Not only that, I hear about entertainers, stars, Netflix. Say he gave money to the HBCUs, $120 million. I said, well, where all this money going? We be thinking our people gonna do it. So I'm just at the point now, we got to wake up, smell the coffee, and move on. Miss Susan Sick or die. I don't want charity. I don't want a handout. You don't want a hand up.
That's right.
People will respect you for that.
You want a hand up, not a hand down.
Right. Hand up. See, people have gotten institutionalized and they're thinking that somebody owes them something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not true. It's not true. My grandma taught me to live, smell, see, forgot. So you have to live to see another day.
That's right.
You have to live to see another day. And what I mean by that, you don't take nothing from somebody, you don't steal nothing from somebody, and don't borrow nothing you can't pay back.
Say that.
Because you become beholden to them. So I'm just saying, I enjoy dialogue, and it's refreshing to have decent conversation about meaningful things, you know. And I'm very passionate about helping people, but we got to have people that want to help themselves. And I think we got to do more of this so we can understand who's who. Dialogue, communication, and not being afraid of doing it.
Well, I appreciate your input, and I like the words that you said, integrity. And that's the word for today, integrity. If you don't know nothing else.